So I'm going to give you some riding in the rain pro tips since I'm out here right now. Why not make 2 videos out of this ride, right? When you're riding in the rain, your brakes, you've got disc brakes, I imagine, and they get wet, and that really makes your stopping distance, increase in distance. So what I like to do is, even if you don't need your brakes, like right now I don't need my brakes, once in a while I'll just kind of drag, I'll just give it a little bit of pressure so I can feel, I'll stay in the gas and give this just a little bit of pressure just to keep them hot so they stay a little bit drier. So should you need them, you can jam on it and they'll be there, because if they're soaking wet and cold, they're not going to be as strong. They're not going to be what you're accustomed to while riding in the dry weather. Also, you have the road to worry about. Obviously, it's wet, it's slippery. So really my pro tip for riding in the rain is don't do it. But if you have to, if you're stuck somewhere and you've got to get home, or you're on a trip and it starts to rain and there's nowhere to stop, you've got to keep going, just give yourself a lot of extra room between you and the guy in front of you. And give yourself a brake check once in a while, so you know the feel of whatever. Don't stay immediately in. I mean, you should never stay in the blind spot of a car, anyways. But these guys are hitting massive puddles and they're sitting at these big waves, and sometimes they do it on both sides of the car. So you can get just creamed by a wave. So if you were passing a big truck, you might get creamed by a wave, and it might be a whole lot of water slamming into you. Could knock you off the bike if you're not real careful. That is if you live somewhere like this where the road turns into a river anytime it rains. So just give yourself tons of space, probably more space than I'm giving myself right now, but I am going 30 kilometers an hour, so not super fast. Drive slow, give yourself space, brake check, and don't talk while you're riding, because your visor will fog up like mine's doing like crazy bad right now. So I try, when I'm in the really hard rain, especially when it's cold, I try to shut up and I try to breathe as little as possible, because the visor can fog up so incredibly easily. See that guy? He just almost splashed me big time with the wave, and I was just telling you to, I was just warning you guys about that, and I almost got creamed. Anyways, I'm going to head back home before I do actually get creamed. That's a half throttle pro tip.